Hello, okie dokie. Here we go. This is a reading today for Aries. Aries, I'm doing a reading today with the Hermetic Tarot. Give me 1 second here. Sorry. There you are again. Sorry for that. Aries, I'm doing your reading today with the Hermetic Tarot. It's going to be a 5-card spread for you. By the way, getting all into the business. This is David with Sacred Clown Tarot, just in case you forgot what you clicked on. So this is a message for you today, Aries. I'm going to do a 5-card spread, and then we'll see what the underlying energy is from the card at the bottom of the deck, all right? So we're doing 1, 2, I've already shuffled 3, 4, and 5. Underlying energy for you is the Knight of Wands. Very Aries indeed. Knight of Wands. Fiery energy for you. All right, so I'm going to tap into the Knight of Wands. That is the Lord of Flame and Lightning, if you couldn't already piece that together from this imagery. All right, we're going to tap in, see what it wants to say to you there, Aries. Okay. I'm feeling this as determination, perseverance, and focus, like laser sharp focus. So whether you feel like that is the energy that you're currently embodying or that you need to exude, that's what you're coming through with. I think you're presenting that energy to the world. You found a new level of focus, perseverance, determination. Like you are, I get a locked in sense. Like this energy is you charging in. If we're at war, if we're on a battlefield, you see your next target. Like you are locked in and you are just about ready to like take their head off. I don't see that as anger or malice or hatred in any way. I just see vigor. I just see sharp laser focus coming at you, ready to go. Vibes, so to speak, for you Aries, all right? We'll reveal these cards. First up, we have the Knight of Pentacles, which is the Lord of the Wild and the Fertile Land. Knight of Pentacles, first card out. Second card for you, Aries, is the Four of Cups, the Lord of Blended Pleasure. Let that focus a little bit. All right. Your center card, number 3, is the Ten of Swords, the Lord of Ruin. In the middle of it all. Your 4th card in the spread is the 6 of Swords, the Lord of Earned Success. There we are there. And your last card is the Knight of Wands. King of Wands, sorry. We already got the Knight of Wands, so I was like, what? King of Wands. And that is the Prince of the Chariot of Fire. Let that focus to King of Wands there to round you out. All right, we're gonna start tapping in. I'm not exactly sure what this message is for you, but we'll find out. That's why we're here, all right? So the Knight of Pentacles leading you off today, Aries, the Lord of the Wild and the Fertile Lands. Take a look at that again. If you want to meditate, ruminate on that, we'll tap in and see what the message is for you. So I'm getting an equivalency, right? So this Nine of Wands for you, Aries, is not too much of a different from a feel of what I'm getting for this. I know they're 2 different cards, but this again is your underlying energy. And I think this is kind of like your own rendition, how you show up in this confident, like kind of self-assured energy. The Knight of Wands there. And that again is the Lord of Flame and Lightning. So you being a fire sign, being passionate, not really, truly, typically not afraid to speak your mind, That's your display. That's the underlying current. But realistically, what that's grounded in is this energy of the Knight of Pentacles. Like, you've made a lot of excellent practical decisions. Like, your practical decision-making ability has been excellent as of late. Like, you've put yourself into great opportunities through your discernment, through better judgment. You've been able to look at things as they come across your desk, your table, your lifeline, your path, whatever. You've made really good decisions. And so you can have confidence in yourself as you go forward. There's building blocks that you've been laying out up until this point that like entitle you to have a self-assured conviction, to have this maybe a little bit of arrogance or a fire or a pep to your step, so to speak. So that's what I'm getting at. So it's like, yes, you overall energy is your Knight of Wands, that Lord of Flame and Lightning, but it comes from knowing where you stand, knowing that you have both feet on the ground, and knowing that you're ready to make moves as they come across you. So that's that self-assured energy that I'm expressing to you, all right? I'm gonna tap into the next one, the Four of Cups. So again, that is the Lord of Blended Pleasures. Blended pleasure, whatever, all right? Tap into that for you. All right, so this is a bit of a striving energy that I'm getting for you. It's not bad in any regard. And I think this visual of the Four of Cups is a little bit better than the traditional one that you see in the Rider-Waite. It's usually displayed as, I think, 3 cups full and 1 spill over. I could be totally wrong though. It's been a little bit since I've peeked and taken a look. You got the crescent moon up top. So it speaks to emotional satisfaction, but not like all the way, not as much as you could have. I'm getting that you're finding fulfillment, but your cups aren't full. And it's a little bit of the energy of not really appreciating the cups that you do have filled up. And you're kind of, and it really, for me, I'm getting more of a sense of like 3.5 cups are filled, and you're only fixating on the half cup that isn't filled. Because like you've done a good job of, like I said, with the Knight of Pentacles, like laying a foundation. You have some shit in order, but you keep on hyperfixating on what isn't in order, which is valid. Nice executive mindset to have. Everything's functioning well, so you're fixating on the things that need to do better, that need to be improved in your life. All due respect, that's why you're a winner. That's why you make accomplishments. But when you do have your successes, honor them. I think this message is to give you a little pick-me-up, a little boost, a little pat on the back saying you are in the right swing of things, so to speak. But you have to show yourself that emotional gratification. You have to recognize it as it comes in and be okay to feel satisfied in yourself. Yes, there is more on the horizon, but you don't need to be thirsting after it. As long as you're in that thirsting kind of striving energy, the universe is going to give you more of that striving energy. Recognize that you are thriving, and it will eliminate the need or the place of striving. That makes sense? Because whenever you get stuck in this Four of Cups energy, it brings about this Ten of Swords energy for you, all right? So we're going to tap into that, because I think I already have a fair understanding of what this is for you. All right, Ten of Swords. I get grinding gears. I get, like, with how this Ten of Swords presents in this deck, it's not much different from the Two of Swords. And I've had a couple messages that have been heavy on the Two of Swords. Two of Swords in this deck kind of gets to the sense of balance. But this one kind of, with how I'm reading it for you is you keep on going back and trying to keep coming back to old ideas, and it's not like the idea of beating a dead horse in that regard. It's more so like you come back to the same linchpins in arguments and rhetoric that you don't need to fall back on anymore. It's overthinking things that you've already thought before. And this energy is just stemming from the Four of Cups. Something tells me you're not as the best at honoring your own emotions and your own emotional state, recognizing and appreciating the balance that you have. And so because you can't find balance in the emotions with that gratification, your mind starts to turn and run. And then I have a feeling it all comes back to the same kind of series of thought progressions and patterns. Like it's an over rumination, it's an overthinking, a hyperfixation on trying to fix what maybe can't even be fixed right now. All right? It's a mental anguish energy. But like this, all things considered for you, Aries, this isn't the worst feeling I could possibly give you in terms of 10 of Swords, but it is a nice indicator to say like, hey, you've run the train of thought on these feelings, these fixations, more than you need to. It's the end of the road. See, you got 10 swords here. That's the amount of like mental energy you have, right? All 10 of them, but you only really need 2. There's only 2 in there that are sharp. So see this as like a simple way of saying like, hey, bring it down to like 20% of the thoughts that you're actually having. All right? The furls, the excess brain data, mind waves that you're having, let's trim it back. Let's trim the fat on everything, all the mental energy that we're burning, trim it down to about 20% of what we're cooking with. And you'll see that you function just as efficiently, if not better, because you're cutting out a lot of the bullshit that's going on up here in your noggin. I know you're a smart cookie, but being smart, sometimes working more efficiently, as opposed to over-examining. It's a little bit of paralysis by analysis, unfortunately for you. Because things are going good for you, but they take time. You're at a precipice. And you will get there. You'll make the jump. But this is a lot of unnecessary overthinking, unfortunately, which I can relate to. I went to an Oracle tarot reader, and they said that your thoughts will be the death of you. So stop thinking so much. And I was like, what the fuck does that mean? But I was big thinking a lot. I learned to trust my intuition, my inner compass more. And it meant that I don't have to reconsider, contemplate, overthink, or analyze my progressions. All right? 6 of Swords. Let's see what this has to say for you. And then this is the Lord of Earned Success. All right? So we're making our merry way downtown. 6 of Swords. This just makes me think of sharper reasoning. So see the distinction between these two? So this is 6 of Swords. All of the blades are perfectly sharp, perfectly crisp. You've got 2 hands on either side with a firm grasp on either of them, of all of them. Versus the 10 of Swords. Those are rusted out, they're broken, kind of dejected, battered, and there's only 2 that are really sharp. If you can just dial it back a bit, you'll find that all your logic, all your reasoning comes forward clutch. See that rose, that flower rather? Could be a lotus. I think it's a lotus, whatever. Blooming right in the center. That's good vibes. And we have the Lord of Earned Success. So like once you surrender a little bit, you'll see that your logic, your reasoning comes back crisper than ever. With exuberant observation skills, self-awareness, perseverance, but also like penetrating observation. Just dial it back a little bit and you'll see that all this naturally comes to you, but it's going to be a combination of your intuition and your better judgment, your discernment, okay? And then last is the King of Wands. Prince of the Chariot of Fire. All right, look at that a little bit. This dude's swagged out. And I think this is your ultra evolution, so to speak, there, Aries, because you're starting off with the Knight of Wands, right? That's your underlying energy. If you go through all this, what I told you to do, just dial back the mental activity. You'll step into the Knight of Wands, which again, this isn't a King of Swords. You're relying a lot on the Swords energy, the mental activity. Spirit wants you to rely on the Wands energy, which is that fire, the drive that naturally emanates within inside you. Connect with that, and then you'll step into your authority, into your conviction, to your poise, the presence, the ability to lay shit down and get to work and have everyone in a room respect you when you walk in, because you have that fire, you have that veracity, you have the ability to bite someone's fucking head off. I think that's kind of what that line is about. But look at the awareness. Look at that sun emanating from his head. Look at all the winged energy and the confidence, the pride that the lion is projecting down there. There's fire, there's might, there's pride. And that's what we want you to see in yourself. Pride, determination, power, chutzpah, if you will. You've got it all. But just don't hyperfixate. And don't cut your own thoughts down. Let them come naturally. If you're running in circles, doing like the hamster wheel, cut it out. Simmer. Let it breathe for a second. It doesn't have to be, if you put, listen, you're getting water to boil, right? If you put something on the stove, you get it to boil. You're gonna turn it on high heat to get it going. But usually once you put shit in there, like a pasta or whatnot, you're not gonna keep it at high heat. Once you get it going, get that fire burning, get the water bubbling and boiling, you don't need it as high as possible. I'm thinking about making Kraft mac and cheese. Turn it up high all the way, but you're not leaving it there, otherwise you're gonna ruin the fucking pasta. You gotta turn that down to medium to low heat. Medium to low, let it sizzle, and then your SpongeBob mac and cheese is fuego. It's better than ever. It's gonna be the right consistency for you, all right? Hope that made sense. SpongeBob mac and cheese is my favorite, that's why I used it. But you're doing great. Just temper it a little bit. Temper your thoughty poos, your big logic brain, okay? And then the intuition, the passion, the drive will arrive there alongside you. Much love for you, Aries. You're doing great. I hope this message was clean and clear for you. Best of luck. Fuck shit up in the best way, and we'll talk soon. Much love. Bye.